dream for. If I had you, it'd be greed. If I thought I need more, love your patience, free spirit, and ambitions for more. Understand I go hard, focused on a bigger score. You and I is what I take these risks for. Don't wanna see you spend your whole life scrubbing floors. Rather see you sliding across marble floors. Been at peace ever since I found me a more. Make me wanna settle down, stop chasing whores. I'm hearing wedding bells, never felt like this before. You give me peace in the midst of war. Cause I'm addicted to you, baby, and you got me fiending for more.
I'm addicted to you.
It's been a rough ride on this rocky road. Lover's lane got many twists and turns, but since your heart is pure as gold, I'm a fiend for your soul, cause you're food for my soul. I can cruise with control if I don't lose my control. You are euphoria, I just want more, yeah. I adore me more, I swear I want more, yeah. You are the apple in my eye, the candle with no light, just waiting on my flame so you can see through the night. I am high as a kite when you're in my near sight, and I'm geeking for your presence when you vanish through the night. Just wanna rip through them panties and take me a bite. They say nothing is forever, but I need you for life.
All the things that you do, when you do what you do. I'm addicted to you, baby. Yeah.
I've been in front, and behind of a gun, and most of these niggas ain't even been on the side of one. I watch my life have been reflected through the eyes of my son. They say my age makes a difference, cause we die to be young. I done took so many losses, I'm cautious of my surroundings. They killed my little cousin Shining. It's fucked up how they didn't found him. It's fucked up how they pronounced it. I didn't like how that shit sounded. I looked into Shannon Nice, you can tell that them bitches drowned them. They Emma till Michael Brown them, and I never forget it. It hurts to know someone done it. Worse when you don't know who did it. Another murder committed. Who put this curse on my city? I took what these niggas owe me and not what these niggas give me. Dear God, you got to forgive me for sacrifices I made. I went from stashing that crack to habitat behind the cage. I went from grabbing that strap, clacking them with the gauge. I went from hiding them packets in the mattress, cause it's the raid. I'm having visions of bodies in my casket, and that's my grave. I went from Christian to Baptist to a Catholic to get saved. I should've listened when Mama Cap asking for me to pray. My nigga visit his mama in the casket and lay your hands on me. Protect me in these streets. I pray that I don't ever feel the heat. Lay your hands on me. I pray I'm always told the truth. Protect me from the evil people do. Lay your hands on me. Protect me in these streets. I pray that I don't ever feel the heat. Lay your hands on me. I pray I'm always told the truth. Protect me from the evil people do.
Want my kids to stay grounded, make them sleep on the floor. Teach them how to appreciate by always striving for more. Live life to the fullest till God open heaven's doors. Open they third eye, prepare them for this holy war. Lorraine raised us to be riders like a finishing car. Life ripped me apart when I buried my youngest boy. Skull Sherm dog in a finishing car. Life is too short, so my demeanor is war. I came up juggling peanuts, shootouts over real. Money brings envy, ain't nobody to trust. Plotting on my destruction, enemies got crushed. Down on our knees, praying somebody save us. Hood full of shooters, even kids quick to bust. Truant from school, they on the corners with us. Chasing that pot of gold that few of us touch. Got me praying to God. Got me praying to God.
Lay your hands on me. Protect me in these streets. I pray that I don't ever feel
things that I done been through, I'm still here, so with some things I have to attend to. Yeah, this is a lesson, I'm still here alive. I got shot.
What's up? You know who it is. It's your girl, Miss Kiwi, in the building, along with my co-host.
Fast Lane 747. What up? What up?
And you already know we got Mrs. Mink in the. Hey there, beautiful.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
All right, all right. How you doing this evening?
Doing blessed. How about you guys?
Can't complain. We here another Friday. We here another Friday. We got a great topic for you all tonight.
Yes. We gonna do what?
Heart. Guard your heart. What y'all think about that? You have to watch what you invite into your spirit. Talk to us. We're going to talk back. We would love for y'all to call in 515-599-1687. Share your opinions. Help somebody.
That's right. Help somebody know what is the importance of guarding your heart. Or is it important to guard your heart? You know, and that's something we're getting ready to talk about. You know, hey, our vision is to bridge that gap between the youth and our season. So we want our season to kind of share with our youth about how it is that you guard your heart, or how you feel is important, or what's the importance behind guarding your heart. So I can't wait for us to dig into this topic and get it going, because I know it's going to be some good stuff coming out of it tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. We definitely want to talk about it, because, you know, we have to know that the heart is one of the main organs of your body that controls a lot of and make a lot of things function in our body. So we have to guard our heart. We have to watch what we allow in our spirit. We have to watch the things that we do and say. So yeah, it's very, very important to guard your heart.
If you don't guard that heart, your body ain't gonna function. That's what's pumping the blood through your body. You know what I mean? It's making it flow. You know what I mean? So if you don't guard it, your whole body will be shut down, and that's real. Or somebody will hurt. Somebody will take that heart from you, you know what I mean? And without the heart, your body ain't functioning again, you know what I mean? So you really got to guard your heart. You got to guard how we open up to people, you know what I mean? You got to guard how you share your space. Yeah. That's very important, you know? Because
So what is it? Why the heart? What about the heart is so significant? I think both of you all kind of touched bases on that in reference to, you know, hey, let you know how it is that different things, elements or people or emotions, anything, when you let it get too close sometimes, then that can, you know, impact how that heart may flow. But I got a question for you. Is there positives in guarding your heart, or are there some negatives in guarding your heart?
It's both. It's both, but I feel that the positive overpower the negative, because that, once again, like I said, that is one of the most important organs in your body, and once that heart shut down, then hey, everything else is shutting down. So it's very important. It's very, but you can get negatives in the aspects when it comes to relationships, or you know, something like that, because you know we supposed to
open up our heart.
Open up your heart, you know, and allow people in. But, you know, it's the way people perceive it and do it when it becomes negative.
Yeah. Well, do you think that your past play a lot of that? I mean, you know, play a major part to how it is that we guard or not guard our heart?
Yes, it plays a major part, because sometimes we can overguard it by being when we are insecure, you know what I mean? Or we won't let other people in because we've been hurt, you know what I mean? And a lot of times it could be good people trying to be a part of your world, and you could be blocking them out because you got trust issues, or people have ran over your heart so much that it's like
you don't want to open up to people no more because, you know what I mean, you only could take so much. So, you know, sometimes we could block good things out because of our past, you know what I mean, the past experiences and the way people have treated, ran over your heart, you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. You know, my thoughts are that, you know, there are pros, as Miss Kiwi stated, there are pros and there are cons. Have you ever wondered how we cut ourselves off from something marvelous, something exciting that could happen for us, and it never comes to life because we clink, clink, lock our hearts down, lock it down, shut down. We sometimes tend to allow, like you had alluded to, Fast Lane, that past trauma, that trauma that we may have experienced in the past to come to the forefront. And then it is our vulnerability is even on lockdown. Is it good to be vulnerable sometimes?
That's a good
Do we
question.
have to use the word vulnerable? I mean, because when you think about vulnerable,
It's
to
almost like
me,
being weak for
that
something.
that's like being, like Fastlane just said. That means like being weak to something.
But it doesn't.
And
Because Fastlane just stated that, you know, opening up, well, you both did, you know, opening yourself up. That's what vulnerability is when it is that you're open to being open to loving somebody or letting someone get close to you or whatever the case may be. So vulnerability actually is not a sign of weakness. It's just how it is that you open up to different things.
And who you open up to.
Exactly.
That's when the level of
watch what you
if
invite.
it's strong or weak comes into play, because you could be vulnerable for somebody and they take advantage of that and they abuse that, you know what I'm saying? But if that's also goes back to if it's a good person for you, you know what I mean, they would appreciate that because you're opening up to them, you're allowing them into your space, and they ain't coming in to destroy, they coming in to appreciate it, enjoy it, add to it, you know what I mean, vibe with you, enjoy your energy, soak your energy up and enhance your energy. Then that's when it's good, because now you're opening up to the right things, you know what I mean? It's like just bringing in the wrong energy and you're vulnerable for it, you know what I mean? It's gonna run you through the mud, you know what I'm saying? And if it's the right thing, it's gonna enhance you and heal you and uplift you, you know what I mean? People, we all been hurting different ways, and when the right people come along, you know, and you're open to receive, then, you know, they might have things to offer you. That's why they say we got to be careful when we're entertaining strangers. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know which one that might be, you know?
That's right.
And then it says, in the Old Testament, the word heart is used more than 800 times, but more than 200 times it deals with one's thought life, emotions, the well springs of life, those things that motivate and mold us. You know, so those are the things we were just speaking about. Like, you know, it depends on who you know, who and what. You have to guard your heart at all times. But a lot of us, and including myself, we have fallen weak to things. We have fallen vulnerable to things that, you know, sometimes we knew that might not have been good for us, but we still tried it. But in trying it, some of us learned our lesson and some didn't. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you make a good point. That's a good point, Miss Kiwi, because in that part of what we may go through, our trauma, you know, how different things may impact our hearts, do you feel that that also prepares you for greatness or good things or, you know, fulfillment of the heart?
I think that determines on the person, because when I say that, when you become at a point where you value your lessons, you know what I mean, the things we go through, and you appreciate what you go through, you start realizing that it's not there to weaken you, it strengthens you. You know what I'm saying? So even when we lose, we gain when we learn the lesson from losing. You know what I'm saying? Or when we hurt, we learn what not to do again, or what not to accept, or who not to open up. You know what I mean? Or what to look for before I open up to this type of person and I realize I'm seeing the same characteristics. You know what I mean? We learn how to protect ourselves more. You know what I mean? Because you're only going to be hurt so many times before you realize, like, hey, this don't feel good to me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do something different. You know what I mean? Or I got to protect myself because these people ain't gonna protect me. They gonna hurt my heart if they don't care about themselves. Then they don't care about how I feel. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to also consider. You know what I mean? Like one thing I've been paying attention to more is when it comes to dealing with people. Period. And relationships, friendships, whoever. It's based on, to me, I watch how they love themselves. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? And it's not in a selfishly way. I'm saying like you can't show me love if you don't love yourself. You feel me? Or if you don't protect yourself, then how could you protect me? You know what I mean? Or if you don't value, you know what I mean, like pain and suffering as far as like words we say to each other, because words hurt too. You know what I mean? Words will hurt you and words cut. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people don't value that thought alone. You know what I'm saying? You're around people that can hurt you with just words. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta protect yourself because, hey, if you don't, people will run over it. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you think about this? Because, you know, we as adults, we have the capability of making those decisions. However, there are sometimes as adults, our decision-making factor has been taken away from us when we were youth. You know, there's exceptions to the rules because we have our children, out of the mouth of babes comes what? The truth. So they don't know or understand at the stage of the game that they may be in when it comes to infants, you know, all the way up to sometimes those teenage years as far as making the right decision, because children love all until it is that certain things start creeping in and certain things start impacting them. And, you know, a lot of children, they experience trauma, and that trauma carries on with them throughout their life up to adulthood. It's hard, you know, for children. They can't make decisions. So how do you feel? I mean, how do you think that they can guard their heart if it is that they've been through traumatic experiences and, you know, they bring it on with them throughout the years?
Well, go ahead.
I think it's very important that we train our children how to accept failure. You know what I'm saying? Accept that some people gonna hurt you. We gotta teach them how to rebound and keep pushing, because that's life, because that's how life lessons come. You know what I'm saying? It don't always come sweet, and it don't always go how we want it to go. And a lot of times, we all are students at war. We all students of this journey. You know what I mean? Life is a learning process, and some of us learn quicker, some of us learn later. You know what I mean? But we have to teach our kids that you're gonna lose some friends. You're gonna lose people along this way. You gonna hurt sometime, but you gotta be able to shake it off. You know what I mean? That's very important. No matter what we go through, we gotta teach them how to look at it two ways. Like they said, there's always two sides to a coin. You know what I mean? There's no coin that's just one-sided. So even if this hurts you, you have to look into the picture. We gotta teach them how to be able to, okay, I felt the pain, but what was the reason behind the pain? You know what I mean? And teach them how to take that pain and turn it into good energy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And take that pain and turn it into a valuable lesson, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I fell running too fast, so I gotta watch my steps, you know what I'm saying? Or this person right here, I trusted them and they stole from me. Or, you know what I mean, I thought they was my friend and they stabbed me in my back. You know what I'm saying? We gotta teach them to know that it's okay. You know why? Because many more are gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? See, we can't keep on painting these perfect pictures to these babies and then they get out here and see ain't nothing perfect out here. You dig what I'm saying? So that's very important about how we got to teach them how to deal with this world by being real with them. You know what I'm saying? Letting them know that people going to cross you. Friends ain't going to always be that friend you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? And me, myself, I'd rather consider them family. If I don't look at you like family, then friends don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I have witnessed a lot of friends stabbing each other right in their heart. You know what I'm saying? And you thought they would never do it. You know what I mean? So we got to teach these kids that that's real. Be careful who you consider your friends. Be careful. Like that. Guarding that heart is a very important lesson to these kids, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a long journey in front of them. And we tend to open our heart up to the world. And people will come inside and eat everything that's inside of you up. You know what I mean? So we got to be very careful about that. You know?
But like you said, though, we have to actually teach our children.
Yes.
Because a lot
Yes.
of kids are not being taught, they're being thrown in certain situations, and not just their heart, but they don't have a choice, no, in the matter, no way, because they're not being taught how to accept good and bad, how to know that there is evil just like there is good. So we do have to teach our babies. We got to straight get back to us teaching our own children and then sending them out into the world and allow other people to teach them as well. But if it don't start at home, life is going to be heartbreak. You know what I'm saying, for these babies, because they're being thrown into adult situations and they already don't have a choice in the matter, no matter what they do. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of children will go into a shell and they won't talk. You wonder why they starting to act out. That's all about teaching your child. And if you wasn't taught, then hey, you an adult now, pick up a book, pray and ask God. But no matter what, teach it to your children. Learn it for yourself. You have to guard your heart. And we don't know that, at an early age growing up, but experience teach us that. Going to church teach us that. So it's important that we keep our kids in church, or, church is within the heart. So let me say that first. But it still goes back to, you have to learn, you have to read, you have to research, you have to know that for yourself. And it all goes to guarding your heart.
And you said something key in reference, because there are some kids that don't even have parents to teach them, how to get through different traumas and things it is that they may experience through life. Although they may have a mentor, or they may have, a counselor, or whatever the case may be, for those that don't have that parent, that is there to help guide them or teach them. And, like you both have alluded to, it is those life experiences that sometimes they have to go through in order to come out on the other end and, try to make their way through, find themselves. You've heard that saying, whereas you out here searching, trying to find your way through this chaotic world. And it's not easy. It's hard. It's hard for you. So that's the importance of platforms like this, is to help spread that word, help to gain the attention of someone who may not have that guidance or that leadership or anything of that nature, to kind of help mold what it is that they may have lost at a very early age. And those that do have those parents, hey, it's up to us. It is up to us to help mold and guide that young child up through adulthood, to learn how to deal with certain things and how to guard their heart, how to protect their heart, how to be vulnerable. Because as I stated, vulnerability is not a bad thing. It's just being able to make those decisions. That's what it is.
And it says, Proverbs 23:7 says, if you tell me what you think, I'll tell you who you are and the life you live. What you think is what you are. The thought life controls you. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is.
Yeah. So, there are a lot of, not only, I not only read, from a biblical standpoint, because there's a lot of things that we deal with. We know that, the world is based off of life experiences. So there's a lot of things that we deal with that a lot of great authors that have gone through these same type of experiences, or, have researched and studied about the heart, have put words out there. So like you alluded to earlier, Miss Kiwi, it's important to read. Or if you can't read, watch, listen, because there is a message
that will read it to you,
Yes.
It's no excuse though. It's no excuse because they actually got audios that will read it word for word or whatever to you, where you know, because a lot of people can't read, and a lot of people is shamed to say that. But you know what? Hey, we in these times that, hey, put that shame to the side, baby, because we all got faults.
Yeah,
we all
gotta
done been
teach
through
each other.
something. We
Each
all
one
done
teach
fell
one.
short for a lot of things. So hey, your shortcomings ain't no worse than the next man's shortcoming. Our shortcomings is just what we shortcome through, and it be worse to us. So yeah, it's just one of them things we got to get back to the basics once again. Guarding that
That's
heart
right.
is very
Definitely.
important. Very
It
important.
is important. It's very important for us to be able to
Bless you.
know the
Bless you.
difference and the importance. So, like I had asked earlier, do we, you and both of you guys kind of alluded to what the heart does from a physical standpoint. From I'll say our bodily, what our body expectations are of our heart. But, what are our expectations of our heart? How do we deal with those things that are traumatizing to us, that cause different emotions and so on and so forth? How do we deal with that?
Well, it just depends. I guess it depends on what part of your life you in too, how you would deal with it. Because a lot of things that I have experienced in life, in the time that I was experiencing, I didn't know how to deal with it. But I found ways. A lot of times you start shutting yourself in and you close yourself in. You don't talk, or you stop going around different places because you're trying to figure out how to deal with it without telling somebody or without letting somebody know, because people are so judgmental. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes hard. But hold on, we got a caller.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Can you hear us? Hello? Caller, are you there? Caller, can you hear us? Hello? Caller, we're trying to get you in. Hold on. That's okay. We'll just keep it rolling until we can get you on the line. But don't hang up, and if you have to hang up, call us right back, okay? But
Yes, because this is a good topic.
Caller, can you hear us now?
It's a much needed topic.
Can you hear us now, caller?
Oh, okay.
Okay, you couldn't hear us?
Nah, it was the wrong thing plugged in.
Oh, okay,
Just one
okay.
moment. Give us
Hold
1
up,
second.
but
We
yeah,
get you live.
We're talking about guarding your heart, and we're trying to get the caller that called in to speak on what we're speaking about. But yeah, it's very important. And
Caller. Okay, we finna call you right back.
Miss Mink, we're gonna call the caller back. Okay, we're gonna get the caller on the line and see what they were talking
Yes,
about.
caller.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a bill collector. We're calling you about a bill that you passed due. Why not say it is in the building, baby? What's happening?
No, we got is no bill collect.
What's the deal,
We are here
mama?
to collect because we are guarding our heart, baby. What you got to say about that?
Well, hello, family, once again.
Hello,
You know, I
honey.
try to call in and try to give my feedback to my family every now and then with the topics that you guys have.
Yes, ma'am. We
We
appreciate you.
appreciate you, honey.
So, with the topic that my good family is having,
The topic is guarding your heart. How important it is to guard your heart and protect the energy that's within you, and be careful of the energy that you allow to come in. So how would you protect your heart? How do you guard your heart?
well, you know, I'm trying to get out of the fact of holding down to protect your heart. Because a lot of us hold down, and if the issues that we deal with, the individuals don't see, we close down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that we have to come to the concept of especially dealing with the children, because I see a lot of the topic, in fact, being about our children
Yes.
and trying to reach out to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, this is who we have. And I'm in agreement with McKiwi over there. This is who we are speaking down into the world. So everything that we expose them to, everything that we let our children sit into. Because we, as us growing up, we couldn't sit around grown folks conversation. And it seems that these children now, they're around grown folks conversations because a lot of the parents now are much younger.
That's true.
And they don't realize that they're allowing them to be on their level.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
when you allow them to be on that level, you got kids with immature mind states trying to make adult decisions. And you know how we
Yes.
was raised, you know what I mean? When they talking that talk, hey, we got to get up out of there. We need to go find something else to do. They don't care where we went outside or somewhere else, but you couldn't just sit amongst grown folks talk. And that's very important because we exposing too much to these kids that they shouldn't even have to be dealing with. You know, they shouldn't even be thinking about
Right.
it, you know?
And the thing,
Well,
and the thing about it is that goes back to teaching and molding our children to be able to guard their heart, so that when they get into this doggy dog world, because hey, it's a doggy dog world, and people rather see your children fail than succeed. And I'm not saying all people, but the ones that I am talking about, their ears got tuned in.
They got to be burning. They
So
got to be
all I'm
burning.
saying is that, you know, when it comes to our kids, we have to teach them how to guard their heart. We have to teach them, you know, everything, not just certain things. We have to teach them everything, because to get it out in the streets, they're not going to get it the way it needs to be taught to
And
them.
what I love, family, because we go back to the village. And as we go back to the village, we also have this day and age to where you can't tell my child nothing. So they up at the schools and they're harassing the teachers, and you said this to my child, or you. Now, what they fail to realize is that when we was in school, we got paddled at school, and we got in trouble when we got home.
Yes, ma'am.
I could test it.
Yes, ma'am. We got witness.
So these classrooms are sitting up here with 40 students for one teacher.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the teacher tell the parent, hey, your child is this and this, they're doing this. Well, you can't tell me nothing about my child. And this is what we have a problem with. Because this is what we're sending out into society. No home training. You don't hear yes ma'am, no ma'am, no more. This is what we have to deal with right now. So not only of the heart, because for the kids that's being taught that, they're being bullied,
Yeah.
or you're not keeping up with society, so you ain't with the in crowd. And we're dealing with more peer pressure than what we've ever dealt with.
Yep. And that's why it is that we have to, you know, take control of what it is that we're even allowing our kids to be subjected to. As a parent, when we talk about
Because it's out our hands. Because we can't be in every home.
No, you can't be in everybody's home, but I mean, you can only do what it is that you
So
can do.
they're
with those
sending them
that you
out
encounter.
into society. And you have yourself, you have Ra, you have Kiwi, you have me, to try to address the situation while we're in public and we see it happen. But the parent, if they don't allow their child to be checked in the situation that they can't check them in, because a lot of the problem is that the parents don't let it go too far that they can't do nothing with it. You done let it go too far that you can't do nothing with it.
And you know, it's that like we don't realize as we saying guard our heart. Our children is our heart too. You know what I'm saying? Because it breaks our heart if something happens to them. You know what I mean? And it kills us softly if something happened to our children. So we gotta really realize guarding our heart is even guarding them. See, what we don't realize, we all links to something. You know what I mean? We was born alone, but we not alone. You dig what I'm saying? So
But we have to guard them in order to go against their parents too.
right, and it goes. So that's why we trying to reach out to these parents, trying to get people to listen. It ain't just about how we feel. We want them to express how they feel too. So we could come up with a solution as a whole so we can help our children that we all are losing. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that is crushing our heart as a whole. You see what I'm saying? So like we pay attention to a lot of bullshit. We sit and talk about a lot of bull crap. We feed our kids all that bull crap and it's killing us softly. You see what I'm saying? So as adults, we gotta get back to being able to listen ourselves and being able to figure out solutions to help each other. Like you said, it's back to that tribal. See, we didn't realize our ancestors was leaving blueprints for us. And we going with the blueprints that keep getting put in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Like for one, when we are chosen people, do you think that everybody who feels the opposite of that gonna want to see you win? No. So they're gonna attack our children, our hearts. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta wake up and realize it's called up on us to strengthen these kids, to wake these kids up. You know what I'm saying? Do the best we can anyway. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
And cuz I hear you, but we're whoa. But we can't get to the child if we don't get to the parent.
That's why I said we gotta start as
Because
parents.
because we're wholehearted and we can only catch them when we catch them.
Like you said, the parents got these kids where they don't even want nobody to say nothing to them. So now they
Right.
feel like you can't tell me nothing. And that's how we
Right.
losing our children because we can't be a million
Right.
places at once. You know what I'm saying? And we can't
Right.
be there with them all the time. We got to make the bag and feed them and go to the grocery, do
Because
everything
once we teach
as
them,
parents.
we send them out. We've hoping that our teaching
So let me
be in their mind
so let
when
me
they're into the world.
so let me ask you this. Even though you know that you have a lot of parents that don't want you to say anything to your children, are you the type of person that you gonna say something regardless, or you gonna let the
Yes.
child do what you
Yes.
do? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
okay.
ain't going to worry about
Yeah.
the past.
So my thing of it is that, you know, if everybody start taking accountability, you know how much things could change.
True indeed.
Because
Yes.
I'm gonna say this.
Because it goes back to what y'all said before when we was talking about the teaching of the village. That was the opening conversation that y'all having now. Because we have to trust the village. I'm not gonna just tell your child, or I'm just talking to your child to check your child or try to give you some type of way to feel like you're not
raising a
adding up
child
to par.
Yeah. But
But it's for us to have the open heart because kids are innocent. They're a sponge. They only take in what we give them. And if they're not getting it at home, they're going to get it on the TV, social media, peer pressure, they friends, not the end thing, and they are not doing it. Then they're irrelevant.
that's true. That's true.
But you make a good point. As Miss Kiwi was stating, hey, we just have to be accountable for each other, ourselves, basically, ourselves first.
Exactly.
And then not be so afraid. Although I can kind of understand with the way, everybody's mentality is now and how people, look at and view different things and view, certain people. If we could all get on one accord to whereas to we start thinking about, our children, the ones that are coming up behind us, how it is first, like, Fastlane always alludes to, how do you take care of self first? Because you have to address self first. Exactly. Before it is that you can address anybody else.
Exactly.
You can address anybody else. Because I can't trust you in what it is that you're going to do or how it is that you're going to act if it is that I don't even trust me.
Man,
okay.
But dressing a child is different from dressing a grown person.
But a grown person can address the child.
Because I'm going to tell you the reason why I say that. I'm going to tell you the reason why I say it. Because you can have the lowest person in front of the child. And you can have the highest person stand next to the lowest person. That lowest person gonna have that child good well-being in consideration better than an high person. And the reason why I say that, because that lower person is thinking of everyday life, of what's going on. The higher person is more on the sense of what could be materialistic for this child. This lower person can give the simplest advice to this child.
Bless you.
And that child, even though you think he's not, he's listening.
Well, that I still go back to before it is that I can trust that you got my kids' best heart and interest in interest. You gotta also be able to recognize those areas within yourself that need to be addressed, because these kids don't want to listen to us now because the adults are acting out just as bad as they are. Right. So if it is that you are not addressing yourself and, making sure that you are on the right page, you are in the right state of mind, you are trying to get back on the right path, then we'll continue to lose our kids, because our kids not going to trust that we even, know or have their best interests in heart either.
Exactly. That's so true. It starts at home. No matter what. It starts at home. We have to teach our kids how to love themselves. We have to
because that's why I talk about the lowest person, because the lowest person could be at home. That could be your dad and your mama that talk bad against him, but he's still there trying to instill in you what he's learned. And it's still at home. We as people, we like to tear down more quickly than we like to build up nowadays. Because back then, your dad could have been working on the railroad, your mama a homemaker, but the values they instilled in you, you learned from it, and you grew from it. And now our home stability is not that. They go to the street.
So the question is how, like, okay, how does we guard our heart? It goes back to that home front.
It's hard to guard your heart.
Well,
because some people ain't hard all they sleep.
Life is hard, but that don't mean you don't live it. You dig what I'm saying? And one thing we got to learn to stop doing is we can't keep accepting the pain. We got to turn that pain into strength, and that's what we got to start teaching people. We know it's hard. We know everything we keep repeating. Okay, that's just like saying something is heavy. But if it's heavy and it's on, you're going to have to lift it up regardless of how heavy it is. You dig what I'm saying? So we still got to be strong. See, our elders didn't. You ain't hear.
You guard your heart, but you be open-minded.
Hold on, Sean.
Because you never know where your strength might come from.
Hey, check this out. We gotta be able to listen and talk together. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll make me lose my thought. You know what I mean? Like, but what I'm saying is, like, we can't keep on crying. We teaching our kids to keep on making excuses about how hard it is instead of saying, yeah, it's hard, but we gonna run through it. You know what I'm saying? It's a different energy with that. If we keep on breaking down, talking about how hard it is, what you think these kids gonna say? You see what I'm saying? We know it's hard, but the thing is, that means we gotta go harder. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's like, okay, well, it's easy for you to say it. Well, somebody gotta say it. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like Grandma Rosie. It was hard on her, but you ain't never heard her talking about how hard nothing is. You feel what I'm saying? She walked that walk. It's a difference. We got to quit stressing so much about how hard it is. We have been trained to verbally speak it out, and we don't realize the power of our tongue. We know it's hard. So now we got to speak when. We got to teach these kids how to take that pain and turn it into success. You know what I'm saying? Kill them with success. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's hard, but we steady seeing people rise through this pain every day. You dig what I'm saying? So that's because they not focusing on the pain. You know what I mean? Like, when you go through so much, you become numb to the pain. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, I ain't even worried about how hard it is. I got to change this situation no matter what. You see what I'm saying? When you're on rock bottom status and you land on the ground, it's only one way you could go, and that's up, no matter what it takes for you to get up. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying sacrifice your soul, but I'm saying, like, we can't keep focusing on how hard things is, because we know that part, and these kids is feeling that too. So now we got to focus on the solution. How do we protect their heart? How do we teach them how to be strong? We got to strengthen their heart. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep on giving them excuses or reasons.
We can't give them the illusion that we never had pain. When we share our pain, it could be similar to theirs, and maybe they might understand.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and sharing that pain also shows them how I got through that pain. You see what I'm saying? So that means, yeah, that's what earlier I said. We got to teach them you're going to go through it, but you got to go through it with your head up, and you're going to make it through. See, it's a different strength. See, like even in scriptures, when he said, I didn't tell you that you wasn't going to go through something. I didn't tell you wasn't going to go through hell to get to heaven, but I'm going to be right there with you. So when somebody telling you that, it's a difference. You telling that baby, like, yeah, you going to be okay, even though they feeling like it ain't okay. You see what I'm saying? That makes them push through that pain. You dig what I'm saying? Because they looking like mama said it's going to be okay, or daddy said it was going to be okay, so it's going to be okay. See, we got to start talking different again. We can't keep on crying about how hard stuff is and who's against us and all that when we've been against all odds. You dig what I'm saying? So we got to embrace that part. Okay, so you want to give me lemons? I'm going to make lemonade. That's how we got to teach these kids. You see what I'm saying? Get you a lemonade stand. Get some water, cut up some lemons, and put some honey in it. And you, before you know it, you're a young entrepreneur. In the middle of the pain, in the middle of why it's hard. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to come.
It's funny you said that. It's funny you said that.
Keep talking that hard. We ain't finna keep on chit-chatting about how hard it is or none of that. We gonna go ahead and talk about how we finna make it easier. You dig what I'm saying? How can we make it easier?
And I wish that I could kind of like verbatimly say this scenario. Well, not scenario, but it's like an acronym or a comparison. It was showed to me last night. It's like having a junk drawer. Mm-hmm. You constantly piling in the junk, and shut that drawer and leave it shut. But you'll never throw stuff away. Like a hoarder, basically. You hoard in all of your pain and all of that, and never trying to push past it or get rid of it. not trying to find ways to get rid of that pain or to unclutter that drawer or all that hoarding that you're doing. You have to you gotta declutter.
But I'm gonna say this too, though. Even in teaching our children, we have to also know what battles and at what time that we need to give certain things to our children, because you have to remember they are children and their brains don't process like we would want them to. So a lot of times we find ourselves talking to them like they're adults or teaching them and expecting for them to get it that first time. And that also breaks a child down. So you have to be aware of what at that point of where your child is at that age, and what part of that pain do I give to this child for them to be able to kind of take this in, and then we move on and move forward, because we know that no matter what, you teach your children all things, but even with that, we have to know as an adult
be conscious,
exactly.
Conscious of what we teaching.
It's a time for everything.
It is.
And it's a place for everything.
Most definitely.
And it's a lesson for every journey. You see what I'm saying? We just have to know when to give it to them. You see what I'm saying? We be jumping the gun sometime, trying to feed them some stuff they ain't ready for. But sometimes we have to give them wisdom, because a lot of times we have learned things 15 years ago that we didn't have a clue what we was learning. But once we came into the time of being able to use that lesson that I was being taught, you will look back and remember like, oh, this what my grandma was telling me, or this what my daddy was telling me, or this what my mama was telling me. Now I understand. So we still have to speak wisdom into them, but we can't talk over their head. That's like conversating with adults. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking a bunch of deep words that nobody understand, you're talking over, you're not getting the message across. So we got to know when to deliver certain messages, and that's how we go at their heart too, because we don't want to put so much fear in their heart by giving them too much pain either. We want them to be children. But we just want them to be more responsible children and be sponges and be aware of, your journey is not going to always be perfect. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to give them the raw lessons of as far as word for word about what we did and when we did it and why we did it. And, we just got to teach them the certain outcomes of life. You know what I mean? Like trusting in friends and trusting people. And I might have trusted this wrong person one time and they let me down, and I trusted somebody else and they let me down. And we got
certain conversation.
Yeah, we got to know how to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, though, you know what I mean? If you know your child, then you know when to give it to them and when not to, because they open up to you. If we listen to them, they open up. And when they start asking certain questions, don't lie to them.
Start talking.
You also have to teach your child too. You have to teach your child to know to accept their wrong as well, because they have to know that what you put, whatever kind of seed you sow out here, you're guaranteed to get it back. And it might not come back the way you sowed it, but it's guaranteed to come back. So we have to, that's why I say you have to give them the good and the bad. You can't sugarcoat everything. You have to let them know, because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't, they're gonna get it on social media. They're gonna get it at school. They're gonna get it in the streets. So you know what I'm saying? We can't.
They're gonna get it through peer pressure.
Exactly.
They're gonna get it through all of it.
All of that.
Like it's very important when we teach kids how to protect their heart is to be able to accept no. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of us don't want to tell our kids no, but it's very important to teach them no. You teach them no and yes. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna always get yes in this world. You see what I'm saying? So it's okay when somebody tell you no.
And
it ain't gonna be the end.
To give it as well, because they can't be a yes person too.
That's why I say you teach them how to know yes and no, because as we teach them that, they gonna know the difference. That means even when you thinking I'm gonna tell you yes and I tell you no, that's how life goes sometimes. So yeah, I'm not gonna always agree with you, and you're not gonna always agree with me. But when you go out into this world, everybody ain't gonna tell you yes all the time. So we teaching our kids, when we keep on just giving them, everybody ain't gonna give it to you like that. Because when you spoil them like that, they gonna think the world gonna give it to them like that. We gotta teach these kids how to earn little things
it's like
again.
setting them up for failure.
You know what I mean? Teaching them how to appreciate
But
when
we
you give them
also
things.
teaching our kids how to say no for themselves and to understand that everybody is not going to accept a no from them too.
But
so
it ain't
it's
even,
vice versa.
But it's not even just that either, cause it's about you're teaching your child when you say no, then no is your no. It's no compromising with that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? A lot of kids is confused with that no and that yes. Your no is your no. If you stand and you believe in what you're saying no for. And your yes is your yes, because a lot of people are not even teaching their children those simple two yes and no. That is about choices. That's about guarding your heart as well. Mm-hmm. See, you gotta, it goes way deep. I mean, you know, like it's a lot of stuff that, you know, as you coming up, you don't really think about it until you start really getting older. That really becomes important. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's a lot of things that, you know, as a parent, me being a parent, you know, what I know now, if I knew then, you know, to teach my child, you know.
Well, we just have to remember, you know, this is one thing that I want us to kind of like believe in and understand, is that our hearts are extremely valuable. And I think we all alluded to that at the beginning, because it's the core. It is actually the essence of who we are, our being. It, you know, it holds our heart, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our desires. So it's the core of who we are, how we operate, how we exist. So we have to make sure that, you know, we are knowing the difference of what's valuable to our heart when it's time to guard it, and then when it's time for us to be a little vulnerable and open our hearts to, you know, different situations, people, and things. So it's all about knowing thyself and also being able to, you know, help out that brethren that you may see that is lost and confused.
Right.
Yeah, that's so true.
And guarding our heart play a major part of what you accept into your body, as far as like even the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? The food. You feel me?
What you drink.
Yeah, what you drink. You know what I'm saying? All that plays a part.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
What you smoke. Everything. You know, it ain't no hose ball on why not say it. Everything. It's no, you know, everything. You know.
Shit, what you lay next to.
I'm telling, man,
you know what I mean?
Preach now. Come on now.
It runs deep. You know, guarding your heart really plays a major part of your survival. Because if you don't go out your heart, your mind ain't gonna be clear.
Man.
Your mind,
and that's when it becomes food for thought.
Yeah.
You know, it affects your mental. When the heart ain't pumping right, your mind ain't.
That's when it becomes food for thought.
You know, so
because your brain specifies everything to the rest of your body.
That's why it says, watch what you invite into your spirit.
That's right.
Because things you invite in your spirit, you're wondering why you happy right now, and you blink and you done got mad and you done snapped off on everybody.
That's
for
right.
real. You know, you have to watch what you say. Your tongue is the most powerful thing on your body. You can speak life and you can speak death into your own life.
That's right.
So we have to watch what we put into our spirits. I mean, hey, just sit back and think about that. Let that really soak in. Why is it that I woke up this morning, money on my mind, and by 12 o'clock, hey, money on my mind still, but I done went off to a whole nother one. Like, money ain't the most important thing on my mind now.
Because it's all within who you choose to talk to.
Because what you inviting into your spirit.
Some of the spirits that we indulge in.
That's why I say it.
I'm going to say it again. Because we know some of the spirits we indulging.
Yes, we do.
And you got the opportunity.
Yes, we do.
To make that choice right then and there.
Exactly.
To guard your heart.
Exactly.
That's right.
But we talking about guarding the heart of the children.
We're talking about guarding the heart of everybody, period. Not just the children. It's just that every time that the conversation get good to us, children is always involved because
we need to talk about the
that's
children.
the heart of everything. Children, our children is the heart of everything.
One thing, because we do need to talk about the children, but we need the adults to know too that we are affecting the children. You know what I'm saying? When we don't guard our heart,
everybody's heart.
Them babies' hearts is getting affected too. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're not guarding our heart, we exposing them to everything. You see what I'm saying? We expose them to our pain, our hurt, and we even teaching them how not to survive through the pain because they seeing us breaking down in the wrong matters because we're not guarding our heart. So that's why I say it's very important that we guard our heart and teach them how, no matter how hard it is or how much pain we go through, we got to show them that it's going to be okay because you got to be able to press through it. If you fall and scrape your knees, get back up. Long as you can walk again, it's going to heal. You know what I'm saying? One thing the body
put a Band-Aid on it and some healing ointment.
You know what I mean? Hey, I was told this. They said that the Most High is so powerful that he made our body to the point where when you scratch yourself, you really don't have to put nothing on it.
You heal.
It's naturally going to heal itself. You got to in time. You feel me? You got to, if your body is right, then your body will heal itself. You feel me? So we have to teach our children that it's okay. You're going to scrape. You're going to fall. You're going to fall off that bike. Get back up and try it again. As long as you can walk, you can try it again. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from the adults that have learned that when they fail or when relationships didn't work, that wasn't the end. You know what I'm saying? What is it? What did it say?
Right hip?
No, not my right hip. But my circumstances don't determine my destination.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So if you fall today don't mean you ain't gonna have to fall tomorrow, but that don't mean you're gonna keep falling. You're gonna learn how to stand up after falling so many times. You know what I'm saying? So we have to teach them that. So guarding our heart is also strengthening our heart so we could teach them how to keep their heart strong. You know what I mean? And protect it. So we play a major part. You know, the children is the focus, but the ones who teaching the children is very important right now because we have fell back and allowed everything else to teach our children. So we're not guarding our hearts more than we know because our hearts, we're losing them. You see what I'm saying? So it goes back to us now. We got to love ourselves a little more because if we was loving ourselves more, we would be loving these babies better. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to, I'm just saying myself, I'm learning to love myself more so it opens my heart up more to help my babies. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now I'm in a better place with myself, so now I could give it to them in a better way. You see what I'm saying? If you're not in a good place with yourself, then you're really not going to be in a good place with them babies. Nope. That's how we find ourselves yelling and cussing them out for no reason because we going through something. We ain't going our heart. You see what I'm saying? So we share it to them. And now they looking at it like, oh, we just, my mama don't love me. Now they having love issues.
That's what they're using.
You know, now they having love issues because it starts at home because our heart is torn and now we making them feel the pain of it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to strengthen ourselves again because that's how we teach these innocent babies how to be strong.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, hey, another one bites the dust.
Yes, thank you.
Another one bites the dust. Another one down. Another one bites the dust.
Check this out before we leave. Can y'all name me just a few bad habits that we invite into our heart? Just a few bad habits we invite into our heart. Just name me one.
We got to.
Hold on. Everybody get one, and then we gotta go. Hurry up, Miss Mink. What you say? What one?
I'm gonna say bad relationships.
Okay, come on,
I was just finna say toxic people. Period.
Okay, come on, cuz. What you say? You missed your point. But I was just gonna say, like laziness, old habits, ignorance, irresponsibility, discouragement, comparison,
or feeling that we got to.
What's that? Can you tell us that one more time? What you say, caller?
Feeling that we got to.
Yes,
like
church.
We got to, and we're gonna get out of here
because we hurt ourselves so much with that obligation. We put obligations on us that we don't have to deal with.
Exactly.
That's right.
Until next Friday. Why Not Say It is in the building, baby.
Yes, we got another great topic for you next Friday. We're gonna keep it coming.
We appreciate. Thank you to our listeners, our viewers, our call-ins, and everybody out in the land. Just take heed. Call in. Talk to us. Give us a topic. We're going to talk to you back. Till next time.
Love y'all. Why not say it?
Miss Mink, Fast Lane, and definitely Miss Kiwi. Why Not Say It?
Till the next time. See y'all next week.
Next Friday, same time.
For every road, there's always a destiny. Forever.